class will. So in perform testing, we have the different tools in market. So load runner, neoload, and JMeter, and loadgen, and soasta. So using these tools in the market, everyone can doing for the perform testing. Going to the load runner and neoload, it is a load runner introduced by Micro Focus, and neoload it is introduced by Neotus, and JMeter, loadgen, soasta. These three will be open source tools. So open source tool means anyone can download it and they will do for the performance testing point of view. They can use for the free of cost. Okay. Going to the first one is the load runner. If you know for the load runner, every tool will be similar, same like that only. But terminal will be different. Tool to tool, only different will be terminology. And as same to most of the companies, 99% companies, they are using for the load runner only. In that 1%, 2% companies using for the neo load, and JMeter load gen small companies like level 4 companies and very small companies they use for the JMeter, because JMeter is a open source tool. So for example, MNC companies will be there. They use for the JMeter. It is open source, right? Then they will get performance testing point of view. Actually, budget will be we can ask for the $3,000 million. But you are using for the JMeter. Client will asking, okay, which tool you are using for performance testing point of view. So I am using for the JMeter and load gen. So this will be, you need to buy anything license or anything means, oh no. We are buying for, we are directly installing without any charges. It is a free of cost. So it is a open source tool. Then client will be give for the $3,000 million. No, right? Because you are using only free tool, right? Why we need for $3,000 million in this project for performance testing point of view? So that is why all companies, what are the license tools will be there. So they will buy the license, load runner tool license, and they can do for the performance testing. So you can do for the load runner is means, okay, in $3,000 million, okay, in $1,000 million we are using for the software point of view. Okay, then it is fine. So in resource point of view, we are using this one. So we need for the more budget. So if you using for the any license tool means, we need to ask for the client, okay, so this budget is not sufficient because we are buying for the license to this tool. So could you please increase for the budget? So company will ask like this. So that is why it is a very good tool in the market. In the load runner is one of the very important tool. So in our point of view, training point of view, we can give for the training load runner and JMeter. These two tool I will give for the training. So starting will start with the load runner, and after that load runner it is everything is completed, we can move to the JMeter. So because nowadays maybe some small companies also it asking for the JMeter. So that is why I give for the knowledge about this to load runner and same to the JMeter.
Hi Kiran.
Yes.
Hi, this is Mahesh Kiran.
Sorry.
Mahesh.
Yes, Mahesh.
Yeah, sorry for late joining. I went outside. Okay, I didn't saw your message.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
1 minute. So sorry for inconvenience. Okay. So we can teach with the load runner. So load runner is one of the important tool. Starting it is introduced by HP. After that HP2 it is coming from the Micro Focus. Right now it is a Micro Focus. It is developing for the load runner. So every release like 2 months or 6 months or every 8 months will be one release coming for a new software. So every time it will be Micro Focus will be developed that one, and if any new changes will happen, they will change the new changes and they will again deployment will be done and will get for the software. So now we will go with the load runner tool. So we have the load runner 5 components. What are the 5 components means? Virtual user generator and
Kiran.
controller and agent process and load generator and analyzer. So
Kiran, hi Kiran, can you hear me?
yeah.
I have one question. You said now you actually I know only I joined. Totally you have 5 tools you said na. Means
Yes.
nowadays running you are teaching only road runner or JMeter both?
Yeah, load runner or JMeter.
Both no. Okay.
Okay. So in the point of view, right? First thing, see, we will finish for the load runner. We have 5 components, right? These 5 components, everything is completed. Then we can move to the JMeter. Okay, is fine. So going to the, we have the 5 components in load runner, virtual user generator. So what is the virtual user generator means? We need to record the point of view. We need to record the script and generate for the script statement purpose. We can use for the virtual user generator. For example, we have the one scenario will be there, like flight booking will be there. So we can book the flight means what are things we need to do? We can launch the application, and after that login, and after that you need to select for the source and destination or departure arrive city, and after that you need to select for the flight and payment and logout. So these are all things you are doing for the manually. So this same thing you using the this load runner tool, using the views and component, we need to record the script. So I will show you, once you can install the load runner software, you are able to see this virtual user generator and controller and analysis. So virtual user generator, nothing but just you need to record the script and generate for the script statement purpose. We can use for the virtual user generator. Then coming to the controller, in virtual user generator point of view, single user point of view, we can record the script. But our performance testing, what is the performance testing? We need to execute the test with the multiple user point of view. Means 100, 2000, 1 lakh users. See, for example, what will happen? Facebook application will be there. So day-to-day users will be increasing or not? Facebook or Instagram will be there. So day-to-day is a new users coming. And so at that time, all users will be accessed at a time. At that time, our application will be working fine or not. So every user will be logging at a time. So our application will be not slow and it is working fine or not. So we need to test. That is our performance testing main point of view. So that is why once scripting is part completed, this script we can push into the controller and we can design the scenario and execute with the multiple users. Multiple, how many users we want, we need to execute for the multiple user point of view. Once the execution is completed here, then we can move to the analysis and we need to analyze the results. Like once test is completed, then we are executed assume 100 users. So 100 users completed, launch 100 users, what is the response time, average time it is taken, and after that login, how much time it is taken. So and flight booking and payment and logout. So these all will be each and every, we can call it as a transaction. So each and every transaction within 2 seconds happen or not, we need to check. 100 user point of view, within 2 seconds happen or not, you need to check for the using the analyzer. So that is why, what is the analyzer means? To analyze the results to find out the bottlenecks. Bottlenecks nothing but as a performance testing terminology, it is a bottleneck, but normally we can call it as a error or defect. So issue, we can call it as a some different language in performance testing point of view, that is bottleneck. Maybe you are executed test and you observe that payment transaction, it is taking for the 100 user point of view more than 2 seconds. Then you need to find the issue where could be problem. Maybe 100 user point of view, CPU memory is not sufficient, maybe network issue, or maybe any DB issue. So this always we need to check and we need to resolve that one. So that is everything we can do for the analysis. Okay. So everyone is clear, right? What is the virtual user generator means? We can record the script and generate the script statement. And controller nothing but you need to execute the scenario with multiple users point of view. Analyzer means once execution is completed, you need to analyze the results and to find the bottlenecks. And going to the these two also, we have the components, agent process and load generator. What is the agent process means? to establish the connection between controller to load generator, we can use for the agent process. Like it is the interface between these two, controller and load generator. And final one will be load generator. What is the load generator means? It generate the load against the application. So it is a one machine. So you are doing execution means some CPU, memory, and this all details we need. So the everything it is including in the load generator machine. So in that machine, okay, CPU is 8 GB and memory is this GB. So we can mention everything in the load generator. That is why it will be what is the load generator means? It generate the load against the application. So these are the 5 components. Using these 5 components only, we can do for the end-to-end performance testing. So anyone have any doubts in these components?
Kiran, I have one question. Means our daily based activities means we have to check only performance.
Yes, daily
So,
activities nothing but you need to record the script, and after that recording the script, you need to do the some script announcements. The script everything is ready. We need to push the controller and you need to execute number of multiple user point of view. You need to analyze the results, and if any issues there, you need to find it, and again you need to execute. So this is the only our daily duties. Okay, I will show you once. This completed right class, I will show you end-to-end testing how to we can do for the record the in Vusion like virtual user generator script, and after that the script is completed, how to we can push the controller, and once controller is completed, how to we can analyze the results. I will show that one. Okay, that part also I will explain. Okay. So going to the load runner architecture. So what is the load runner architecture means? Already we know, right? Load runner architecture nothing but it is already we have one document will be there. So nothing but load runner architecture means what are the tools we are, what are the components we are using. That is only load runner architecture. Now you can observe. So we use an controller, analyzer, and see LG. LG nothing but load generator. So it is a connection between this controller to LG, which one AP means agent process. So for example, you are logging Facebook application, assume you are enter for the username password and click on login. Then what will happen? The request will be controller to it is going to the LG. How it is going means through interface agent process. This help of this it is going to the LG, and LG will be sent to the request to the web server, and web server it is sent to the request to the application server, and application server will be sent to the request to the DB server. And what will happen? Database will check, okay, username password will be there, not there. For example, username will be Kiran and password will be 123. Okay, if it is there, not there, in DB it will check. Okay, Kiran and Kiran 123 password is correct or not. It will check. Okay, it will be there. What will happen? Response will change. Okay, it will go into the next page. Will be successfully. So once you can get the request right, again it will be there. Then it will send to the response to the application server, and application server to web server, and web server to LG, and LG to controller. So this we are sending the request and we are getting for the response. This round trip of request and response, we can call it as a response time. So means one transaction response time, how you can calculate means how it is the request going and you are getting for the response back. So this round trip of request and response, we can call it as a response time. So for example, we are login, click the login, and after that is going the LG web and app and DB. And what will happen? Okay, it is username password will be there. Okay, it is going to the click on next page. So it was took for the this request is went for the 0.40 milliseconds, we can assume. And after that response again, it will be response again. It is sending to the this total will be 1.4 seconds. It is happen. So this is the round trip of request and response. We can call it as a response time. This is the load runner architecture. Means how it is going. We use a script to develop completed. Then we can push this script into controller. And after that controller, how the execution is going means through agent process, it is going to the request LG, and LG will be sent to the request to web server, and web server is sent to the application server, and application server is sent to the DB server. And what is that request send, right? Okay, it will be there in the response, that is correct or not, it will check. If it is correct, it will send the response. If it is not correct also, it send the response. See, sometimes what will happen, you are doing for the login, maybe by mistake you are given like username password will be wrong. So you can get the message like response will send, okay, username password will be wrong, right? We'll get for the message. So means it will be send the request. If it is valid or invalid, it will send the response. So this round trip of request, we can call it as a response time. Okay. One transaction response time, how we can calculate means using this round trip of this request is going here, and after that it will response fetching, and it will send to the back to the final will be receive the controller. So this round trip of request, we can call it as a response time. This is the load runner architecture. It's fine, everyone.
Kiran miss, this
Yes,
application
Kiran.
is done by developer.
Sorry.
Miss, this application is done by developer side, na?
Yes, application is will be developed by developers only, right? So we are not
Okay.
developers. So they will develop the application and they will give to us.
Okay. You said na here V generation, here, this virtual generation, na? I
Yeah.
have to write it. How to write a script means in the sense how?
No. I will show you that. Script means no need to write anything. It will be automatically record. You can record, right? Automatically script generated.
Okay. Got it.
Finally, I will show that also. Okay, no problem.
Kiran, could you please show me that flowchart once again?
Yeah, sure.
Please go to the flowchart. So here, as a tester, we will be working for controller to data server. Like we will be taking care of the part from controller to data server, not
Yes.
this generator.
Load generator.
So like as a tester, what all parts I will be covering? Controller, LG, web server, web application, and database, not this V generator.
Yeah, we use nothing, but that will be just, we can record the script, and we can, once that script is completed, right? For example, we want test with the application 100 users. Then we need for the as a realistic, what will happen? Your credential you are using for the your purpose, right? So my credential also I will use my purpose. So in a realistic environment point of view, we need for the 100 users. So those data we need to keep in the views, and how we will keep that will be, I will explain. Okay.
All right, done.
Okay, is fine, right? Architecture.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
So, and finally, we can go to the PT life cycle. PT life cycle, nothing but performance testing life cycle. Means maybe if anyone asks what is the your PT life cycle, maybe which process following your current organization, or what is your roles and responsibilities. See, if anyone asks for these three, we need to give for these three our total 10, these 10 answers. Like what is the POC? POC, nothing but proof of concept, and NFR, non-functional requirement. And after that, third one will be test plan and workload model. And fourth one will be test data and scripting, recording, and enhancements. And design scenario and test execution, result analysis, reporting and recommendation, and risk mitigation. You can observe after this onwards, this will be script recording and enhancements, where we can do VUser, virtual user generator. Using that, we need to do. After that, design and test execution, where we can do controller, right? Design and execution. Design, nothing but how many number of users you need to execute, and test execution. These two you need to do for the controller. And after that controller is completed, then we can move to the results analysis, where we can do results analysis using the analyzer component. And reporting recommendation, these all things coming from the analysis part only. Means using this here onwards, fifth step onwards, we can doing for the using that 5 components we can do for the our performance testing. Okay, going to the, I will explain one by one. What is the POC? POC nothing but what is that means? Maybe if it is a new project, maybe if everything will be existing project, then you need to start with the after this onwards, like test plan, you can prepare the test plan and test data and scripting, these all things you can do. Maybe that will be not existing project, so that is a new project. So client doesn't know which tool is supposed to use and which protocol you can use, and he don't know anything. So at that time, what we need to do means we need to prepare one POC document, proof of concept, and we need to give to the client. Okay, for this application, you can use for this tool and this protocol, and this is the how many labor hours to finish this project. You need to prepare that document and you need to send to the client. Then client should understand the, okay, we can use for the load runner tool in that web protocol, and we need to finish this project with the 10 to 15 days time. So means we need to give for the one proof of concept, then client should understand the all the details. Going to the proof of concept, nothing but we should understand the first thing, business, how, what is the business scenarios and what is the application architecture and which tool is supposed to use, which suppose which protocol we need to supposed to buy, which tool we supposed to buy. Based on that, what we need to do means we need to simple business scenario we can record, and we need to execute with the minimal users, like for 4 or 5 users like that, and we need to report the client. Okay, we are executed in the load runner, and transaction response time we observe for minimal 5 user point of view. Good. So this is the report. Could you please look on that, and we need to prepare that one and we need to send to them. Then okay, they will finally confirm. Okay, you can start your work. It's the load runner is fine, and web protocol you can start your work. That is the POC. It's fine.
Kiran, I have one question. Okay, first
Yes.
thing, as a performance tester, our daily bit activities means this is a 1 to 10 point only, na? From
Yes.
scratch to end.
Yes.
Okay, and one more thing you said, na, that you have to choose JMeter load, and I have to decide us only, na, means which parameter I have to use for this current project, or
Yeah. So in POC,
according to
right?
the requirement.
So in POC means nothing but if it is a new project, actually we don't have any existing scripts, and client also doesn't know anything. Which tool is supposed to use, he don't know, and how to we can start the project, he don't know. Everything he don't know. Anything he don't know.
Okay.
Then what we need to means we need to prepare one document, that is the proof of concept document, and we need to produce them. Okay, using this tool, it is good for results, and this many it will complete for this many hours. So you need to prepare that one, you can send to them. Then they will, okay, for this point of it is good, then you can go to start testing.
In performance testing also will get a long-term project, na?
Sorry,
In performance testing also will get a long-term project, or only it's a short-term project only?
long-term projects only.
Okay.
Okay, this is fine, right? Everyone, proof of concept. So going to the second point, non-functional requirements. For example, non-functional requirements means, for example, one car will be there. We need to make the car means what are things we need? Body we need, wheel we need, steering, and these all things we need, right? Those will be requirements. As same to as a performance testing point of also, we need some non-functional requirements. We can call it as a non-functional requirement. Nothing but what is the CBT? CBT, nothing but critical business transaction. So in our application, for example, Facebook application will be there. So what we need to do, launch the application, log in, and after the upload video, download video, and charting. But click on comment, and same to the like will be there. So this will be happen within second only, it will happen. So those will be not a critical business transactions. You need to uploading the video means it will take time. So it is a one user also, it is taking time. number of user point of view, how much time it is taking, we need to find. So means what are the critical business transactions in our application? As a manual testing, what will happen? They will do for the end-to-end testing. What will be there in this release? They will test all things. But our point of view, we can do only for what is the critical business transactions in our scenario. What is the critical business transactions? So those only we need to do for the performance testing. It's clear? And after that, average response time. Average response time. So what is the average response time is? It is a like is a one user. What is the response time? Means round trip of request we already discussed, right? Login, how much time it is taking, and after that, so these things we need to ask for the client. So what is the critical business transactions in our project, and what is the response time of each and every transaction, and after that, peak hours. Peak hours and off peak hours. So now peak hours and off peak hours means, you know, our application, what is the peak hours and what is the off peak hours, we need to ask for the client. So for example, Facebook application will be there. So what is the peak hours means, see, every day after evening 4 or 5 onwards, Facebook application number of user will be access their application, and these times will be, we can call it as a peak hours. Maybe banking applications will be there. What will happen? Normal days will be everyone will be not coming, but Monday everyone will come, and up to morning 10 to 2 o'clock. This we can call it as a peak hours. Me peak hours nothing but number of users will be what time it is accessing their application. We can call it as a peak hours. Going to the off peak hours, you can observe early morning hours Facebook application, very less number of users will be accessed. So means after morning 4 onwards up to 7 or 9 also, we don't have much load. So those we can call it as a off peak hours. It's fine, everyone? Maybe, hello?
Yes, sir.
If it is a disconnect, right? Actually, is our Zoom will be 45 seconds only. If it is disconnect, everyone can join, rejoin. Okay. Class is not completed. Okay. You guys can rejoin.
Okay, okay.
And apart from this OS level, we have the CPU and memory. Means this all things you need to ask for the client. Okay, what is our critical business scenarios in our project or application? What is the response time of each and every transaction? And what are the peak hours that application? What is the off peak hours? And what is the CPU and memory point of view? So these all things we need to ask for the
Kiran,
client. Yes.
Kiran, what is the CBT?
Critical business transaction.
Okay, okay, got it.
Critical business transaction, nothing but mostly users accessing that transaction. See, login is there, right? Everyone using login. That is we can call it as a critical business transaction. So it is a comment and like will be there. Facebook application that will be within microsecond only. It is completed, right? Millisecond. So those will can't consider as a CBTs. So we need to ask for the client what are the CBTs and what is the average response time and what is the peak hours, what is the off peak hours, and what is the CPU and memory. We need to ask. Okay, if client this all things know, he will provide. Maybe client also doesn't know. Then what is our approach? So in this case, we can consider